Thank you for indulging me for a moment. That was just feeling really good to me right now after the Wednesday that I have had. OMG. After the show, I'm about to get me, I took a hiatus right now from Wind Down Wednesday. So but I'm about to turn on me some more jazz and I'm just gonna get into that mood right now because I'm telling you. It has been a Wednesday, but nevertheless, I'm excited for tonight's show and conversation. So, welcome to Get to Know Bob, this amazing platform where we do just that. We get to know some phenomenal Bobs throughout our community and the phenomenal things that they are doing. I am your host, Sonia Weaver. Thank you for tuning in today and giving me a little bit of your time. Make sure you take the opportunity to subscribe if you haven't done so. Make sure you actually share with someone else. Thank you for everybody who is tuning in and watching. Even if you're on replay watching, we appreciate it because last time we checked, woo, 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 we were over 3,000. We were close almost to 5,000 actually. So thank you for your engagement. Keep it coming. Can you believe 5K on the way? I cannot wait. Thank you so much for your support and sharing what we're doing here at Get to Know Bob. So moving right on into our support 7 Bob pledge. So I started kicking off the show, kind of letting you guys know what I kind of did over the weekend, assuming that I did do something. But that's me, especially when the weather's breaking. I'm gonna be out and about, bringing every single event, every single Bob that I can find to you, and can't wait until I start getting them stamps on that passport and start getting them international Bobs in front of you. So, without further ado, what did I do this weekend? Let me tell you guys, I actually went to Permission to Grieve Day. Had you heard about it? Well, if you tuned in last week, you did, because I let you know that yes, Permission to Grieve was an awesome event. Take a moment while I just show you the video of what all went down. So, Permission to Grieve Day was presented by the Azel Bennett Lockett Foundation. Oh, that's some back. Okay, I don't know where that back feet came from. So, yes, and it was founded by Portia Lockett, and Portia Lockett is the mother of Azale Bennett Lockett, and unfortunately, she lost her son tragically and decided to turn that into an opportunity for people to receive some support during their grieving. This event itself had it started off with meditation. It had amazing vendors there. We were reminded with some testimonies of the different various ways in which grief can hit you and how it can truly impact you. Where one minute you're together thinking everything's okay, and then the moment you begin to speak about it, you can get emotionally distress. Those of you who are close to me know that my family has gone through some unexpected losses, very tragic recently. And even being there and thinking about it, the memories, the events just do come to you. And what I loved about this event is that it was exactly what it said. You have permission to grieve. And so I just send a shout out to Miss Portia Lockett and thanking you for all the work that you're doing in bringing this information to the forefront and having an amazing panelist after the testimonials for people that were present in the audience to have some of their questions asked, to have phenomenal massage therapists on site to remind us you can store grief in your body and you must do self care. Even though you might not want to, it is imperative that you do. So I thank you so much for this amazing event that you put on. I'm looking forward to the ones you have lined up in the future. As we move into Deals with Bob's deal of the day, we're going to be kicking it off with our awesome free gift as always. What are we giving away on tonight's show? We are giving away Easy Steps to Starting a Business by Mr. Warren S. Galloway. And yes, if you recall, Warren was on our show on Wednesday, June the 29th. And so if you want to find out more about Warren, who he is, what he does, and why he does what he does, then make sure you check out that show. And the reason why we're giving away his book this month, again, that is 10 easy steps to starting a business, is because April is the month of financial awareness. And all of the things that we're going to be focusing on this month and our prizes of giving away is going to be ways to position you for a strong financial future. So, to all of my entrepreneurs out there and business owners, if you need to have some additional resources into your toolbox, you would definitely want to make sure that you do what's necessary to get this gift. Now, what do you have to do? I'm glad you asked. All you need to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel. You need to like and follow us on social media. We are found on Facebook and our Instagram. And then share and tag by sharing 5 of our previous Get to Know About episodes on your social media platform. The first person to do this and can receive the free gift. Oh my goodness, let me slow down. I'm getting tongue tied. The first person to complete these 3 steps will receive the free gift of Warren's book. Make sure you send those pics to info@dealswithbob.com for confirmation, and then the book is on its way to you. I'm just trying to get to our conversation. As you know, I get excited, so but I'm gonna slow down a little bit. We're going into our featured nonprofit of the month. This is our first time meeting in April. Yes, so we have a new nonprofit that we will be featuring this month. We are featuring Urban Unity, who's transforming minds and transforming lives by fostering love. Now, Urban Unity is a 501c organization that creates a safe haven for children and families within the foster care system. Their vision is for every child impacted by foster care to be empowered and equipped to reach their fullest potential, fully capable of living out loud the very best versions of themselves. Urban Unity is a Urban Unity provides programs that gives foster parents and children tools and resources needed to help them live more healthy, happy, and fulfilled lives. Their programs for foster children focus on college and career readiness, personal and professional development, health and wellness, and life skills. They provide a network of civic engagement and community support to propel foster children and families further. Their focus is to educate, empower, equip, and expose. They are created a safe haven of safety net for children experiencing foster care. Their core values is to make a difference in the lives of children that have been impacted by foster care system. They're passionate about increasing their quality of life, giving trust to work to establish trust so they can more ethically bring forth change. Empathy, they're empathetic to all circumstances they encounter. Support, they provide support and stand in as the safety net. Collaboration, they believe in collaboration is key to meeting needs successfully. And advocacy, they stand in as advocates for children who may have become voiceless, and then building and maintaining relationships is a major source of success for their company and the youth that they serve. To be involved, they have an event called Project Foster Love Unity Bags. On the next episode, I will be sharing more about this endeavor. But make sure that you visit their website for Urban Unity. Now, with all that they're doing with the foster care system, I know you understand why they are our featured nonprofit for the month of April. Make sure when you're looking to support your seven Bobs, you consider volunteering for Urban Unity. Our featured business on tonight's show is a Tranquility Christian Counseling. Let's take a moment to see what they do. Tranquility Christian Counseling helps empower people to believe in themselves with clarity, unity, and growth. Tranquility Christian Counseling is here if you're struggling with everyday life and if it's weighing you down and you have lost focus on your purpose in life. They will provide many tools to assist you in overcoming some of the fears you might have and moving forward and developing positive improvements. The therapist specializes in treatment for depression, anxiety, low self esteem, grief, and loss, and a variety of inner conflicts that diminish the joy of living. They have a holistic approach to counseling, evaluating the whole person for both their inner and outer characteristics. They believe in both clinical and the spiritual dynamics of therapy go hand in hand. They provide effective therapy with each client according to their uniqueness and needs. They seek to provide services with clinical professionalism, competence through spirit, acceptance, empathy, compassion, and respect for those of whom they have the privilege of servicing. Make sure that you reach out to Tranquility Christian Counseling, which can be found on our Black owned business directory at www.dealsbob.com. And consumer members get excited because you will receive an extra 10% off any of their upcoming events. And I will let you know because of the permission to grieve and Tranquility Christian Counseling specializes in grief support and grief workshops. Their upcoming events, consumer members, you definitely want to pay attention when they come. Get that extra 10% off because it will be so worth it to come out and get the resources that you need. You do not have to suffer alone. You do not have to grieve alone. We definitely know there are times in which we need to be alone, but know that you're not alone. As we move on into our show, we are going into our deals for consumer members. We're kicking it off with Deals with Bob, who was offering 10% off their premium services. Next, we have Today's Smile offering 50% off whitening. Mona Lisa's Lyrics is offering 10% off event packages. B.O.B Express Training Center is offering 10% off their courses. MCS Financial Services Incorporated is offering 15% off. And if you have not done your taxes yet, consumer members, why not get that extra 15% off before tax time? Oh, because you must have been delaying for some reason. And if you are a business owner and you want to offer deals, discounts, giveaways, and rewards to our consumer members, make sure you visit www.com and join today. Consumer members, how do you join? You visit our website by going to www.dealswithbob.com, clicking on the consumer membership and joining today for $25 annual fee. As I've mentioned numerous of times, that is a steal because with all of these deals, discounts, giveaways, and rewards, that money pays you back and then some. As we move on to our Stay Connected segment, I always say grab a pen, grab some paper, because I'm telling you, there are some phenomenal events going on. Last week I told you about Permission to Grieve. I don't know if you saw it, but I'm telling you, you don't want to miss out any of the events that we bring to you here on Get to Know Bob. Now, of course, we're going to remind you, if you have not done so, you will want to go back and watch last week's episode with the amazing Mr. Integrity himself, Jason Radford. I have gotten so much follow-up feedback on that show and the awesome advice that he gave that you don't want to miss it. Go right back and make sure that you watch that episode. Volunteers are still needed for Genesis. You have to just go ahead and email apb@genesisprc.org. Make sure you do that today. Remember, volunteering is a way that you support Bob. This is a Boss Entertainment Group approved message. When you're hungry and you want a good deal, place your bet on Mellows Meals. Available on Mondays, Tuesdays, early Wednesdays, and early Thursdays. For the best in curry chicken, jerk chicken, smothered chicken, rice, and mixed greens, you will want to contact 313-598-2000. Destined for Greatness 13th annual Easter basket and Easter clothing giveaway happening on Good Friday, April the 7th from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Boss Entertainment Group and DJ Mr. Millennium present a Momentum promo event, a networking opportunity with interviews, live DJ, food, and much more, promoting independent businesses, talent, services, and much more. This is a free event, so come on out April 8th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. We Three Kings Community Outreach Incorporated presents Easter Egg Extravaganza, Easter Egg Hunt and Kitty Disco, happening on April the 9th from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. A Girl Like Me Incorporated presents Lunch and Learn with Monica Towns from Towns Financial, happening April the 12th from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Smack Productions presents Onward and Onward, an outcode guide on how to set yourself up for poverty and misery. Happening Thursday, April the 13th at 7 p.m. via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. United Community Solutions and West Grand Boulevard Collaborative Financial Workshop Series presented by Crystal Gunn, beginning April 13th on budgeting. April 15th, credit. April 20th, banking. April 22nd, mortgage prep. April 27th, finance, mortgage prep, and management. Register today. Cost is $20. The Greater Detroit Association, local board of National Associations of Real Estate Brokers, the GDRA Home Buyers and Lenders Resource Fair. Make sure you RSVP by going to www.greaterdetroitrealist.com. This event is happening Thursday, April the 13th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Admission is free. The Greater Detroit Realist Association Real Estate Networking After Work Affair happening Friday, April the 14th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Mary Grove College. The fee is $25. And well, early bird special has gone. That was March the 31st. So make sure you get that extra, what's that, $10 and come on in and join this networking event. Linked presents. It's Friday night. You just got paid. Are you linked for success? Come on out. We're connecting through conversations for financial success and having a little bit of cheers with some wine and beverages on Friday, April the 21st, 2023, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., featuring Crystal Gunn as we have those conversations to help one another. This Boss Entertainment Group Productions is approved, I should say, Boss Approved Productions, April 29th. Get your tickets on Eventbrite for Is It Real? A Mac Justice Entertainment production. And let us support you and your event by adding it to our Stay Connected page. Visit www.dealswithbob.com and contact us today. Woo! I told you it was a lot of amazing things again happening in our community. Don't let anyone tell you differently. We are truly doing amazing things, and we are here to make sure that our community is equipped, our community is informed, our community has the resources they need to be successful. And that is why I'm also excited for tonight's guest because the conversation that we're going to have is going to piggyback on just what I said. We're going to equip, inform, and get you prepared for success. So coming on to today's show is the none other than the Mr. Kenneth Scott. Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you? Good evening.
I think it's
Am I muted?
I'm good, good. Wait a minute. I'm getting, do you hear feedback on my end?
Uh-uh, not at all.
Okay, I don't know why I'm getting a delay. Okay, I'm gonna let it pass, but I swear I'm getting a delay.
Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
I can hear you fine.
Okay, do you hear an echo afterwards?
No.
Okay, it's just me then. For some reason, I'm getting this feedback tonight, but that's okay.
Okay.
We're gonna keep on going. How are you doing, Ken?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am good. I am good. I am good. I'm good. I'm good. So what I'm going to say is that I'm passing the baton to you, and I want you to self-introduce. Let people know who you are, what you do, and why you do what you do.
That sounds like a song. Uh, my name is Ken Scott. I am a real estate broker for CSW Real Estate. Been in the business for 25 years as of March 28th of this year. Had a lot of experiences along the way with sellers, buyers of both residential, commercial retail, what have you. Been past president of the Detroit Association of Realtors, housing counselor for HUD over the last 2 years, and presently the president of the Greater Detroit Realtors Association. So have a long resume, but at the same time, that experience has been everything that I wanted it to be. I mean, I've learned, I've helped a lot of people, I represented a lot of people, so that's where we are.
Awesome, awesome. Now, I'm gonna have to figure this out because it is really bothering me. I have no idea where it's coming from. So I'm gonna have to start closing out some apps because it's coming from some feedback.
Do you have
But
another laptop in the area or a phone on?
let me see.
There may be
Oh,
another laptop open, or that
I
other
think
Zoom is.
okay, I found it. I found it.
You got it?
I knew it was somewhere. Something was playing in the background because I'm like, I'm hearing myself talk. This is so weird. This has never happened before. So okay. Now that's much better. Now you froze on me. Are you hello? Hello. There we go. Hello.
Got it?
We are having some technical difficulties tonight, huh?
You had to test it out, huh?
I think it's because you have such good information that you're about to bring that the powers that be do not want you to be sharing it tonight. But Ken, I want to make sure people know this part. I am going to put this up. So Ken is
Okay.
definitely not a stranger to get to know Bob. And because we're going to go right into the meat and potatoes tonight, of course, the show he did give you a little bit about what he does, and in previous episodes, you got to connect to a little bit about Ken, and we're going to ask a little bit of T maybe later on some of his favorite things he likes to do. But we're going to jump into definitely the meat and potatoes tonight. If you want to know a little bit more about Ken, there are opportunities for you to go and revisit some previous episodes where he has shared about himself personally, shared about his multiple endeavors, things he has done for the community, other resources he has provided, and as such and such and such. So make sure you just visit some previous episodes so that you can connect to Ken because we have a lot to discuss in this power packed opportunity that we're together. Now, Ken, we had a couple of things that you are key in bringing to the community in the near future. Let's begin and kick it off with this particular event right here.
Okay. Okay, this event is the Greater Detroit Realtors Association's Home Buyers and Lenders Resource Fair. It is a panel of 8 financial institutions that are going to talk about their various mortgage products, down payment assistance programs, and underwriting guidelines, and how the underwriting guidelines have expanded. The mortgage products are obviously the traditional, the conventional, the FHA, the VA loans. However, all financial institutions have their own products, mortgage loans that they do, and those are called portfolio products. So when they're in specific areas, such as Detroit and surrounding suburbs, they may use the portfolio product in order to be more conducive to the market that they're dealing with or the population that they're dealing with. We don't always have the best credit scores. We don't always have the best debt to income ratios. But at the same time, that portfolio product expands the opportunity for home ownership for us. As it
Mm-hmm.
relates to the down payment assistance,
Mm-hmm.
all lending institutions, for the most part, have somewhat of a down payment assistance program. It may be a loan, it may be a down payment assistance grant, but at the same time, and it varies in thousands of dollars in order to get you to buy a home. The underwriting guidelines, I touched on this a minute ago, where there used to be programs specifically for those individuals 620 and above or 640 and above. We have lenders on hand that can deal with credit scores of 580 and above. So situation as it
Okay.
relates to debt to income ratio, the benchmark used to be somewhere around 43% for your total housing debt. Some cases it expanded to 45. In some instances, the financial institutions that we're bringing to the table are expanding their debt to income ratios up to 50%.
Mm.
Plus, just got news Thursday that the city of Detroit is implementing their own down payment assistance program. That down payment
Oh,
assistance of $25,000 up to $25,000.
okay.
There's some there's some stipulations involved. You have to have lived in the city of Detroit for 1 year or been
Hmm.
foreclosed on a home for tax purposes for since 2010 to 2016.
Okay.
What we're trying to do is eliminate some of the obstacles that the potential buyer or the renter are facing. The crazy thing is down payment. I mean, not down payment, but the home ownership rate for the city of Detroit and other urban areas has diminished greatly.
Hmm.
Our purpose
Hmm.
with the Greater Detroit Realtors Association is to increase Black home ownership in the Detroit city of Detroit as well as the Tri County area. We are working diligently to bring about programs such as this one in order to get people into homes.
Okay.
The city program has $6 million allotted to it. If every person would get $25,000, then that would be the equivalent of 240 new homeowners in the city of Detroit.
Okay.
You you must not have owned a home before for 3 years or had some financial interest in a home, meaning that you couldn't have gotten it willed to you, probated, whatever the case may be. You couldn't have gotten it through purchase and just bought cash or whatever the case may be. You cannot have any financial interest in the home for 3 years.
Okay.
However, the program, if you stay in the program and you stay in that home for 3 years, you don't have to pay any of that grant back. The
Hmm.
good thing about the program also is it's income driven. So you
Okay.
have to have made over $43,000, under $43,000, excuse me, under $43,000 if you were a single person. If you were a two-person household, a parent and a child, then you would have to have made under 58,000. In a lot of instances, the single mother or the single father, or whatever the case may be, are making well under that. So they meet the guidelines necessary to purchase a home. In order for you to purchase a home, though, it must be a single family residence or it can be a duplex or a flat, but it cannot exceed a 2 unit building or multiple units.
Okay.
You have to have had a housing ratio of 35%, under 35%. In a lot of cases, that's easy, given the fact that most renters now are paying anywhere from $300 to $500 over what used to be the average rent in the Detroit area. Now, if they're paying that amount, they're going to be paying less with a mortgage than they were with renting the home. So
Hmm.
you get a lot of benefits in this down payment assistance program. The other thing about the city of Detroit's down payment assistance program is that it can be bundled. So take, for instance, a Liberty Bank that has $15,000 and the city has 25. You can buy a home with $40,000 in down payment assistance grant, and you only have to live in the home for 3 years with the city and 5 years for the Liberty Bank.
Oh, wow.
So you have an opportunity to attain home ownership. And like I stated a few minutes ago when I was speaking in front of a council person, when you have a situation where we have been generational renters over our lives and grandparents' life and our great grandparents' life and what have you, it is very important for somebody in that generation to say, I'm the first homeowner.
Mhm.
Just like they say, I'm the first college graduate.
Right.
That's something to be proud of. And that's one of the things that we are most proud of, in the fact that we're bringing these to the forefront, making people aware of these programs, giving them opportunity, access, and hope.
I love it. Now, Ken, you said a lot in that. Now, I just want to make sure for people who are watching, is is all of this information at this one event that we have put up? Is that it, or are you just saying adding to what the organization also does?
Both. It will
Okay.
be
Okay.
at this event on Thursday, April 13th from 6 to 9 at Marygrove College. I made
Okay.
sure that we are going to be talking about some things in depth. Some people, some renters, some potential home buyers may want to ask a series of questions. I look at it this way: when I hold a forum, I tend to answer all the questions before they're asked. I lay out the program where if you miss it, you came in late,
Okay.
because we gave you everything, all the tools that you need in order to become a homeowner.
I love it. I love it. So, for people who are interested in home ownership,
Hmm.
should definitely be in the room. Who else
Absolutely.
do you say should be in the room?
Uh, Anyone that is interested in home ownership, not only for themselves, but for their kids, their grandkids, and what have you, they need to be in that room. Anyone that has gifted someone a down payment or a closing cost assistance through a gift with the FHA loans and what have you, you need to be there. Um, One of the things that the state of Michigan has done over the last year, February 9th of last year, 2022, they instituted a first time home buyer savings account. In this, you can put money into an account up to $5,000 individually and $10,000 jointly, in order to help your child, your grandchild, or anyone else, or including yourself. If you put that in a designated first time homebuyer savings account and you utilize that in order to purchase a home, then it's totally tax forgiven at the time of that next year.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so you're getting a write off where you used to give a gift and that person would have to pay you back. And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying that they don't still have to pay you back, but at the same time, in this instance, it will be tax forgiven.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh,
Governor
awesome.
Gretchen Whitmer instituted that February 9th of last year.
Gotcha. Awesome. Always such great information when we talk. Now we have yet another event. You're very busy, Ken. Very
I
busy.
try. I try.
So this event is happening. Is it the following day?
It's the following day. And then we have another event the following day.
Well, I don't have that, so you were keeping that away from me, huh?
No, I wasn't giving it away and everything, but the flyer had not been approved yet.
Okay, okay. Well, tell me about this event.
In this particular event, we are asking for all real estate professionals, whether they be salespeople, brokers, builders, developers, property managers, contractors, architects, engineers, whatever the case may be, anything related to housing or commercial retail. We want them in the building that night, because for a long time, we've always separated the industries, the residential industry from the commercial industry, from the industrial industry. We want to bring all these resources together because we have a goal. Black people need to support Black people. Okay. That dollar needs to circulate several times in our community,
Mm-hmm.
several times in our community.
Several times.
And one of the things that's notated on here that's different now, I extended the early bird special from March 31st till this Friday, which is Good Friday.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
cost for the event is $15 if you are one of these entities. And not only that, you have to register online at greaterdetroitrealtist.com. We do not want any cash brought into the room. We want you to register online. So we have a good understanding of how many people are coming, because at the same time, we want to feed you and entertain you as well.
I love it. I love it.
Okay,
This
so greaterdetroitrealtist.com, register. The early bird special lasts until Good Friday, which is this Friday, April 7th. And we want you in the house. We want to pack the house and what have you, because we want to know who is in the industry, who's serving our population, who has a vested interest in our community, that we can service those individuals, home buyers, commercial retail buyers, office managers, whatever the case may be. We want to make sure that you're in the house, and we want to make sure, again, that we are reciprocating services, putting money in everybody's pocket, and
exactly.
we're circulating the dollar within our own respective community.
I love it. And industry. I love it. And that exactly is, y'all know my platform. I believe exactly what Ken was saying. Supporting each other, increasing the circulation of the dollar. I was just having a conversation with someone about that, Ken, and I said, when we do that, we just go up together. It's not we right
Absolutely.
now we have that pull down, crab in the
We
barrel,
operate in
but if
silos.
we support one another, that circulation would create that whirlwind that elevates us all. It really
Absolutely.
does.
Yeah,
So
we
tell me
operate in
about this.
silos entirely too long.
Right. Don't be in the silo. So come out like I'm excited because it's a networking event first and foremost. I love those opportunity to meet other people, get to understand other industries that really marry and parent with what your industry is doing, and having those connections for your resources and services. I just absolutely love it. Now you said then the day after, so we're now on Saturday. Okay,
We're
next
on
Saturday.
Saturday, and Saturday's time is from 9 to 3. And
Okay.
it's basically a HUD certified housing counseling class, meaning that you're going to go through various aspects of learning how to buy a home, budgeting, credit, mortgages, shopping for a home, making an offer on a home, closing on a home, but most importantly, maintaining the home once you buy into it, because we want you to have a vested interest in the community that you're buying in. Okay,
Hmm.
it attracted you for some reason. Why not maintain that community to the extent that it becomes a situation where it becomes equitable for you in order to live there and what have you. So that home buyer ed class will occur 9 to 3 on Saturday, April 15th. It will go through the various stages, like I stated. And at the point of time when you complete the process, you will get a certificate for being in that class for that amount of time.
Love it. And where is that going to be occurring at?
All events are held at Marygrove.
Okay, gotcha.
All
Gotcha.
events are held in Marygrove. So we're going to be in the Madam Cadillac Hall from 6 to 9 on both Thursday and Friday. Thursday the 13th, we're doing the lender panel with 8 financial institutions talking about their mortgage products, down payment assistance programs, and underwriting guidelines. Then on Friday, we're going to relax and kick back and network with individuals within our respective industry, the real estate industry, the building industry, the development industry, the contractor industry. And then on that Saturday morning, we're going to have to get up early after that Friday night.
Don't want too much celebration and networking.
uh,
you,
and,
you
and then we got to go to church on Sunday. Then we got to go to church on Sunday. All right,
yeah,
so
you hit a
absolutely.
lot.
So, needless to say, we're going to have fun all of those days. And then we have a political advocacy day on Tuesday, which preceding these 3 events. So it's going to be a wonderful time.
It sounds like it. It sounds like it. Before we get too deep in, Ken, okay, so we're talking
We didn't get
about
deep
your
enough.
huh? Well,
We didn't get deep enough.
well, it will be remiss not to let people know how to get
Okay.
in touch with you. But first, of course, you're of the Greater Detroit Realist, and your role in the Greater Detroit Realist is now. What is your position?
It is president.
Yeah.
It is president. So I'm happy
And
about
so-
that. It's a lot of responsibility, but at the same time, one of the things that I realized is when we had gone down to an event, our convention in Tampa last year, I realized that there was so much blackness in the room.
Mm, mhm.
There was so much collective energy in the room, so much
Okay.
collective networking, reciprocation, what have you. And that's one of the things that I wanted to bring back to Detroit. We talk about it, but we're very seldom be about it in most cases. And
Mm-hmm.
we need to practice that on an ongoing basis. I mean, the energy I got out of that room, I was just charged coming back last year.
Like, whew.
I was charged. I mean, black people doing wonderful things across the country and then networking with each other across the country.
Isn't there something special about that? Like,
It's
yes.
incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible. Um, and everybody was applauding each other for the successes that they had achieved.
Mm-hmm.
When have
Mm-hmm.
we done that on a regular basis?
And that's really exactly how it should be. And I'm glad
Right.
that it ignited you to want to bring that back here. And as people will see, even just from the lineup of the show, there is so much going on this month to really transform your lives, people. I
Absolutely.
mean, even just in the Stay Connected segment, yes, Ken is our featured business on tonight with his amazing workshops. We talked about some other amazing workshops going on, from Link doing it casually with conversation and wine, beating for the bag, basically getting tips from women, each other sharing. If that's your way of receiving information, then come on out. If you want to connect to a woman, we got a woman having days of events to get you set up if that's what you want. If you want a structure organization with years of founding and been here, proven to have support and success, Ken is here. But do not let it pass. Do not say what you can't do, because we're bringing the resources, even through our book giveaway, giving you the steps and the tips in order to start your business. Come on now. Come on now. We're just here like wanting you to succeed. You
Absolutely.
have to then come out. You have to get up. What did I tell you guys a few weeks ago? Go get your life. Go get your house. Go get your future. Go get
Absolutely.
your inheritance. Take back. Take it back. Find out how. Come on out. Okay, let me come off my soapbox
Okay.
now. So, and then Ken, here's the other thing that they need to know. You sit now as the president of the Greater Detroit Realist, but you also can help walk people through their purchasing, because what else do you do?
I'm a housing counselor as well as a real estate broker. So um, we have that responsibility. I mean, we've gotten these licenses. We can practice in the state of Michigan. Uh, we have a obligation to
Mm-hmm.
help people that want to have a vested interest in our community because we have a vested interest in our community. It doesn't just go beyond; it goes beyond our profession.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be in your heart.
Yeah.
It has to be in your heart to help people
Right.
because a lot of cases people don't have that in their heart. They're looking at the dollar, but they're not looking at that from the heart standpoint. You have to have a vested interest in your community. You have to believe in your community.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be willing to work and help in your community. So,
Yes.
needless to
So
say,
true. So true.
yeah,
So before we get too further, as we go into the wind down of the show, how can people connect to you, Ken? Oh, he might have froze. Hello? There. Hello? Got you. Got you back. Okay. How can people connect to you?
So
I think.
yeah, I'm there. I'm here.
Okay.
86. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
That's 313. Okay, 313-863-5555. That's the office. You can give me a call there. My cell phone, my office number is forwarded to my cell phone, so you can reach me at any time. One of the things that I want people to do, though, and this is my last word of advice. When I was a teenager and I was watching sports with my father always would allow me to bet with him. So I would bet on basketball games and football games and boxing matches and everything. And he'd give me my allowance on Friday, and he'd have it back by Sunday night because all the fights and all the games would have been played by then. Um, then he sat me down and he made me realize that I was betting on people that I had no idea what their motive was. I didn't know
Mm.
if they were going to throw the game, throw the boxing match, whatever the case may be. He said, "You see all the money that you've lost," and he calculated how much I had lost over time, just like some people calculate how much they pay rent.
Uh-huh.
And he sat me down. He said, "From this point on, I want you to bet on yourself
Oh, gotcha.
because only you know your motivation for doing something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Only you know the reward that you're going to get by doing it.
I
So,
received what your dad told you. Thank you
so
for sharing.
bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. Stop
Yes.
investing in somebody else's property when you can invest in your own.
Yes.
Stop
Yes.
paying $300 to $500 in rent when you could be owning a home and saving that $300 to $500,
Mm-hmm.
sending your child to college or vocational school or wherever they want to do, or taking a vacation if you choose to. But at the
Right.
same time, the difference would be yours, and you wouldn't have to be underwater by paying somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Bet on
You
yourself.
know,
Bet
you
on
know,
your.
I'm not sure if we ever had that conversation before, but I know this is definitely not gonna be your last time on. So I want to make sure we put a pin in it for us to talk about next time. Because you have been doing this, just some of the things as to why people you believe the number increased from home or decreased from home ownership and increased to rentals, and some of the reasons or misconceptions people might have, etc. So guys, we're going to come back so we can talk about those things, because I know some people are still sitting there and they probably do have these misconceptions in their head. They
Mhm.
probably thinking that my credit or this or home ownership is a headache or whatever the case may be, and we're going to tackle those questions. We're going to spend a kind of like
Absolutely.
an episode. I'm gonna get a panel to talk about, these, so we can correct even our thinking, because you're watching us right now and you're talking yourself out of it with
Mhm.
some misconceptions going on right now. I'm
Yes, sir.
I'm almost positive. So we're going to
Well,
make sure that we address those things also.
mhm. Well, just think about it. A year ago, you were paying $300 to $500 less in rent. Okay, and keep in mind, your place probably is not immaculate. There's probably something that needs to be repaired in it.
Hmm.
The landlord is not fixing it, but at the same time, they're still demanding the dollars that you would have to pay them, even if it had been fixed.
Yes. Yes. And
Okay.
that's why I said we would definitely have to have this show, Kim. So make sure you put a pencil in it, remind me, because these are some definitely a good conversation from your expertise in just addressing how people are feeling. I want
Okay.
to stop in for a moment and thank hi Miss Barbara Biggs for being on tonight. She at first was there telling us welcome for the great show, and she said, "Teach us and open our minds to wealth." Thank you for that comment. Yes, that is exactly what these workshops will do. It's going to teach you and they're going to open up your minds for home ownership, which can lead to generational wealth. You can pass down property. You can do these things for your future generations. So, Ken, here we go.
Mhm.
What book is on your nightstand or that
Oh
you've
wow.
currently read or highly recommend reading? Now, you've been here before. We just want to know what you're
I
reading.
have. I have. Hold on, quick second. I can reach and grab one real quick. And let me see if I can find the right page real quick because I want to
Oh,
locate.
he's going to give us a quote.
Yeah, buddy. I think we need it. Okay. Um, in what year was it? In 1990, I started a janitorial business, and I had the pleasure of serving and running a business. Um, and my first client was the Nation of Islam,
Okay.
and I was the only non-Muslim allowed in the building on Wyoming, which was considered mosque number one. And I would clean their carpet um, on a weekly basis, and whenever special events would happen, and getting to know the brothers and sisters, uh, the MGT, the FOI. I gained their trust and gained their respect.
Hmm.
And happened to go over to their bookstore, which was on 7 Mile. And unfortunately, the sister is deceased at this point. Her name was Veronica. She turned me on some books that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had authored. And one of those books was The Message to the Black Man in America. And
Okay.
in that was a blueprint of how we could succeed if we only combined our efforts.
Mm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, um, to answer your question, the book is called Message to the Black Man in America by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Um, if you go into that book, there's some principles that we need to observe uh, that we don't readily observe today. Uh, we need to be more disciplined in the thought of some of the passages in this book, and I think we will be living a better life if we were to adhere to it.
I love it.
So that's it.
I would definitely concur. Definitely concur. So that was a wonderful way of ending the show. Thank you for sharing that information with us, Ken. Thank you for all of the information you presented on tonight. It was a wealth of information and much needed resource information for people to know what's out there.
Thank
Thank
you for
you.
the opportunities, Sonia.
Of course. Now, everybody, next week's episode is going to be action packed as I take us through a first quarter conversation recall of all of the guests that we had from January through March. Can you get excited? Because you're going to have an opportunity in one show to get some segments and snippets about some power packed conversations and quotes and dialogue that people have said just this year alone to make sure that you pop your interest to want to go back and watch the full episodes. And if you have not already done so, make sure you subscribe to our channel by clicking that red subscribe button, by finding us at Deals with Bob on YouTube. And then while you're there, make sure you click the notification bell so you are notified every single time that we go live. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Again, thank you, Ken.
Thank
All
you.
you guys know exactly how I feel. I believe that our community is phenomenal and we're doing phenomenal things. And we're going to get to the next level by supporting one another so that we can have that unity and recirculate those dollars in our community. So, with that being said, I am Sonia Weaver and I encourage you to spend with purpose because your dollar does matter and deal with Bob. Have an amazing night, everybody. I'll see you next week.
Have a great evening.